Let us study corrosion of metals as well as prevention of metals from corrosion. Now what is corrosion? Corrosion means the destruction of metals due to moist air, or we can say if we are keeping open condition any object, like we can say iron, then copper as well as silver. In case of silver, that reacts with atmospheric hydrogen sulfide. In case of copper, it reacts with atmospheric carbon dioxide. In case of iron, it reacts with atmospheric water vapor, that is moist air, we can say, atmospheric water vapor as well as oxygen. As a result of it, they get destroyed. In case of aluminium, in case of iron, it get rusted. In case of copper, copper carbonate will form on copper utensils. Then in case of silver ornaments, or we can say silver idols, it reacts with hydrogen sulfide. As a result of it, silver sulfide will form, a black colored coating will occur. As a result of it, that will destroy. Now iron rust forming is there. That means a flake of red color coating is occurring on iron. So that red colored flake like structure, that is known as rust. What is the formula of rust? That is Fe2O3.H2O or Fe2O3.X-H2O. This is rust. This rust is forming on iron objects, like we can say knife will be there, grill will be there, which all iron objects we are carelessly keeping. Even we can say old vehicles, without care, somewhere if we are dumping like keeping, then that will destroy by the formation of rusting. Now, how we can be able to protect iron object from rusting? For that, one thing we can do, painting work we can, or we can say greasing, or we can say oiling, or we can say varnishing. Even we can say one more method is there, that is galvanization. Now this galvanization process means we can say giving or fixing, we can say fixing other metal. Already iron is a metal, on that other metal they are fixing or giving a very strong coating with the other metal. We can say that iron object, on that they are giving the coating of zinc, we can say. So iron, already iron, in case of a cycle wheel, in that rim will be there. It is a cycle wheel. Just imagine this is the rim of the cycle wheel. Then here it's an axle. From here there will be spokes. These spokes all are making with the help of iron. Now, but iron's color all are knowing, almost a grayish black like color is there. But here cycle spokes, cycle axle, even cycle rim, we can say that handle of the cycle, that is all having steel like a very beautiful color is there. How that is getting such a beautiful color? That is because of galvanization process done on iron. Iron spoke, iron axle, even iron rim, as well as we can say that it's a handle. Now, what is galvanization process? giving a coating of zinc, we can say molten zinc on iron object. As a result of it, we can say that this iron object will remain few years without getting any damage, any corrosion. If we are applying paint, grease, oil, such and such things, paint will be there for 1 year is okay. Next year again we have to paint it. Otherwise that paint will come out. Then again where exposed part of the iron will be there, there rusting process will take place. Now greasing, oiling all means frequently we have to do. Otherwise once it will washes away, again rust getting chance is there to the iron objects. Varnishing also like a painting process. So after applying varnishing, it will remain more days without getting any rust. Once the varnished part will be exposed, opened, then again through that moist air will enter, rusting process will begin. So here these are the various methods for using for protecting iron objects from rusting. Now we are studying about other process, that is tinning. Tinning process means we are giving a coating of tin, that is tinning. Before explaining this, I will explain how copper containers are or copper utensils are getting destroyed. Now iron destruction I said you, and its preventive measure I said. Now copper utensils, if we are not using it frequently, just means we are not even washing, such a condition if we are keeping, what will happen? On copper as well as inside the copper, a greenish colored coating will occur. That greenish colored coating is copper carbonate, CuCO3, copper carbonate. How copper carbonate is occurring? Copper reacts with atmospheric carbon dioxide. When copper reacts with atmospheric carbon dioxide, copper carbonate is forming. This copper carbonate is having greenish color. Now the process of destruction of copper with copper carbonate, that process is known as patination. That process is known as patination. So we can say that formation of copper carbonate on as well as inside the copper, that is known as patination. Because of that, that greenish colored coat, if we are keeping any curry or buttermilk inside of that container, that will spoil. We cannot be able to consume it. Such a condition, such a poisonous substance will become. Now, for protecting this copper container from patination, we have to coat it with the help of tin, we can see. So that coating of tin, how it is doing? First they are melting tin, that molten tin they are pouring inside the copper as well as we can say that brass container. Copper container as well as brass container, they are pouring the molten mixture of or molten liquid of tin. Afterwards they are pressing it. As a result of it means uniform level, or they are pumping work while doing it. As a result of it, uniform quantity of tin will spread inside the copper as well as brass container. Then such a means tinning done copper as well as brass container, its inside will be having aluminium's look will be there. Aluminium's look will be there. In that container, if we cook food items, if we store food items, those food items won't spoil. It will be means a consumable condition. That means we can be able to consume it. Without making tinning process inside the copper as well as brass vessel, if we pour and keep any food item, that food item we cannot be able to consume it, as inside copper carbonate will be there, and then that copper carbonate react with the food items. As a result of it, bad smell will get to the food item. Now we people will study what is anodizing or anodization process. Now we will study what is anodization process. For anodization process, we have to take one container. In this container, we can say that there will be the lining of, that means the inner wall of this container is acting like a cathode. This cathode is making with the help of carbon or we can say nickel or we can say stainless steel. Like that way different things they are using for making the inner lining of this container that is acting like cathode. Here we can say that we are using now carbon as the different things we can use, but here just imagine we are using carbon as the cathode. Now inside this, and for anodizing, which all things want those things we can use it. Different things I am saying you. Now we can say that window its frames, that is also nowadays available anodized one. So here we can say that anodizing process can be done on aluminium or we can say copper. On copper articles or aluminium articles, anything, any object. So we can do the anodizing process. Now here we have to connect this. These objects are acting like a positive electrode. They are acting as positive electrode. Now here we can say that inside we people are taking electrolyte. The electrolyte what we are using, that is dilute sulfuric acid. Dilute sulfuric acid. That means here water plus sulfuric acid will be there. Now, so here we can say this is the electrolyte. Now we can say that this we have taken as cathode. Now this cathode, from here I am connecting cathode as well as anode. We are connecting with the cell. So this is negative terminal, this is the positive terminal. Now as and when we connect the electrode, positive electrode with the negative electrode, reaction starts. As a result of it, we can say that here from this electrolyte, water particles will go and react with this anode. Then at the anode, which reaction is taking place, we'll study. At the anode, what is happening, we'll see. Here this is aluminium that is reacting with water particles. As a result of it, aluminium oxide plus 6H plus 6E minus will form. Now these two things join together, aluminium oxide coat is forming on these objects. Now the newly formed we can say newly formed 6H plus as well as 6E minus will go towards the cathode. Then at the cathode, which reaction is taking place, we'll see. The 6 here itself we can say 6H plus as well as 6E minus will form. That will come towards the cathode. There the formation of 3 hydrogen molecules will take place. 6H plus 6E minus is there, plus and minus, that will become neutral. Then this 6H transforms to 3H2 molecules. Now here one more question is there. From here dilute sulfuric acid water particles gone, but then for what purpose we are using sulfuric acid? So sulfuric acid is having a function of controlling anodizing process. Because of the presence of sulfuric acid, there will be limited supply of water particles towards the aluminium. As a result of it, limited formation of aluminium oxide coating on these articles. For that, the use of sulfuric acid is helping. If there is no sulfuric acid, anyhow all water particles will go and react with this object or these articles, we can say. As a result of it, large quantities of oxide will form on the aluminium. As a result of it, it will become very, very thick. But for controlling the formation of aluminium oxide on these objects, sulfuric acid is helping. Now we will study what is electroplating. Electroplating is a type of electrolysis, we can say. Here we are going to study electroplating. What is meant by electroplating? Electroplating is a coating of more reactive metal on less reactive metal. So here we are using one aluminium spoon, or we can use copper spoon. Aluminium or copper, we can use it. So here I used now an aluminium spoon. Here I am using more reactive metal, that is silver. Here I am using silver. This is a silver. We can say that here silver, here I used aluminium. So aluminium is less reactive than silver. Here now I am using, this is now acting like an anode. This is acting like a cathode. Now we have to take one electrolyte. That electrolyte is the compound of the electrolyte can be silver nitrate or silver cyanide. Again I am saying you, when we take the electrolyte, that electrolyte will be having the metallic thing or metallic part, that will be the anode part. Anode here silver, then its solution we are using as electrolyte. So here we can say that either this or this we are taking as electrolyte. So we can say that this is highly reactive. Highly means more reactive metal than this. Then its one solution we have to take either this or this. Now here we have to connect these two things with the cell or with the battery. This is a negative terminal, we can say. This we can say as cathode. This we can say as anode. Now here this is the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal. As and when current flow will take place, we can say that here will be the formation of silver ion as well as NO3 ion. As well as we can say that slow by slow the particles of silver from this anode will dissolve in this solution. Now this here now silver ion, that is Ag plus ion. Silver ion means metallic ion is the electropositive ion. So we can say that Nag plus ion. NO3, that is electronegative ion, we can say NO3 minus ion. So minus ion will go to positive electrode, that is anode. Then positive ion will go to the cathode or negative electrode. Then here when positive ion will go to this cathode, we can say that there will be the uniform formation of silver on each and every part of this object, spoon or chain, anything. So on that uniform distribution or even distribution of this metal will be here. So in the solution itself silver ions are there. Even from this anode, little by little silver metal will dissolve in this solution. As a result of it, slow by slow, the silver ions will go towards the object. That this object is aluminium object, on that it will collect. Then how much quantity of this metal should be collected? For that some limit will be there, then time requirement will be there. How much time they are passing current till the time the flow of ions on this will be there. Then we can say that there will be the deposition of silver on this aluminium. As a result of it, aluminium spoon or aluminium chain or anything that will look like silver. Now we will study what is alloying. What is alloying? Alloying means mixing of two or more metals, or we can say metals as well as non-metals. Now nowadays we can say that more than using metals, people started to use now alloys. Why? Because pure metals are softer, not harder. That means they are not that much hard compared to its alloy. Now for example, here we are going to study few alloys with its proportion, that is bronze. Then other one we can say that here brass. Even we can say that stainless steel. Bronze containing 90% of copper and 10% of tin. Brass containing 66% of copper and 34% of zinc. Now stainless steel containing 74% of iron, then 18% of chromium and 8% of carbon. So here we can say that mixture of two metals and one non-metal. So we can say that these are the examples of different alloys. We can say that they are the examples of alloys. Now we can say that in case of coins, these coins nowadays making or minting with the help of different metals. So we can say that why they are using different types of metals for making coins, for making it strong enough. Even there should not have any rusting. Now these all things we can say that two advantages are there. Why we people are making alloys? It's two advantages. One thing means it will become very strong. Second thing, there will be no rusting. So we can say that they are having protection from corrosion. Then again we can say that in case of gold, gold, the chains, what we are using, that is the alloy. Why? Because gold chain containing gold plus either copper or silver. Some states people are using gold plus silver. Some state people are using gold plus copper. Depending upon the availability of copper as well as silver. Some states silver is available more, then they are adding silver with gold. Some states copper is available more, then they are adding copper with gold. So we can say that the chains what we are wearing, that is an alloy. Now, because of adding these things with gold, gold becomes strong. Otherwise, the 24 karat gold people are using only for making gold biscuits. At the same time, gold chain when they make, that gold chain will have only 22 karat gold. 24 karat gold chain if we make, it will break soon. At the same time, 22 karat gold if we make, it will remain many years without breaking. How silver articles are getting destroyed? Silver articles, if we expose and keep, silver articles reacts with atmospheric hydrogen sulfide. As a result of it, silver articles or silver ornaments will get a blackish coating on it. So let us see now how the reaction is there. Silver ornaments, if we are openly keeping, that will react with atmospheric hydrogen sulfide. As a result of it, silver sulfide Ag2S. Along with that, we can say that hydrogen gas formation will take place. So here now silver 1 is there, here silver 2 is there, so I am writing here 2, then hydrogen 2, here also sulfur 1, sulfur 1. So here equation is not necessary to you. What is happening here, that I am saying you which a product is forming as a result of keeping silver ornaments outside, or we can say silver idols, IDOLS, silver idols. If you are keeping in open conditions, statues we can say. If you are openly keeping, then that will react with atmospheric hydrogen sulfide. As a result of it, silver sulfide will form. Silver sulfide is having blackish color. Because of that, silver ornaments or silver idols are getting blackish color.